Hi everybody, happy spring. I don't think I've posted a video since spring has begun, so hi. I do not have a video posting tomorrow. I don't know what the deal is. I just haven't had time to film, let alone edit or post any videos. I have been very unplugged recently, as a matter of fact. And so when you're not paying attention to your phone and your camera or whatever, it's easy to forget, or it's been easy for me to forget to film and to do anything. I have seen your comments. I have tried to reply. It's just hard to find the time. But today is a beautiful spring day. It is so warm out. I think the high is 72. So I feel right at home, feels so good. And it is shiny, sunshiny, beautiful. And I've got a little friend over from our neighborhood who's on spring break and spending the day with us, which has been wonderful. Hey guys, thank you so much. They're playing dominoes right now, and I'm in the kitchen. I'm making some chocolate banana bread to just give them a little treat. And I made some bread, and I'm going to bathe my dogs in a minute. Don't even apologize. Your family is more important. Sometimes we just need to unplug. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, part of me totally agrees with you. Like, I don't need to apologize. But then part of me is like, these people, my people, they're like waiting on my videos. I care, you know. I really do care. But, you know, gotta prioritize. I do have to be sure to be on top of all my things here before I can be on film. But anyway, homeschool year is really, really winding down, and it's wonderful. It really is funny how the weather affects that. I'm like, do we have to do school today? Let's just go outside all day and play. It's so beautiful. But we have been doing school, of course. We've been doing the basics. And it's really funny how that happens too. In the winter, it's like full throttle school, like sit in the classroom and do this and this and this and this and this, the whole way down the list. Now when it's gorgeous out, it's like, read to me while I'm doing the dishes. Okay, great, check. Let's go to the room. Let's do math real quick. Okay, we're done. Now let's do this grammar. Okay, we're done for the day. Go play. And it's hilarious how different the pace is during pretty months. So that's why I want to do, dying for homeschool to be over. It's like the final push, like 5 or 6 more weeks, and then we're done, except for math and grammar. We got like a few more weeks for that stuff. So it's just, you know, ready for the break. The weather sets the tone. It really does. So we could do it, mamas. We could do it. I would take a break, but I took off way too long in the winter. Right after Christmas, we all got sick real bad, especially me. And we took off like 4 weeks between holidays, sickness, and then a week, or really like 10 days in Florida. We took off like 4 weeks of school. So I don't need to take another break. I need to just push through till we're done, because it's, I wonder if you guys can see my notifications. Probably not, right? Anyway, so what's everybody up to right now? I have domino players in the living room. Got my stuff in the oven. I'm about to bathe my dogs. Just switched the last load of laundry. And I'm thinking I got all stuff to just heat up for lunch, so I don't have to make anything except myself a salad. I'm not doing keto. My husband is, though. My husband is hardcore keto. We've been watching Dr. Oz clips of his show on YouTube lately. I used to watch Dr. Oz every day when I was pregnant with Joelle. Every day during Ivan's nap, I would go down to the basement, turn on the TV, and I would get a huge cup of ice and just eat the ice, which that means I was probably low in iron, and watch Dr. Oz every day. And I always remember him talking about belly fat, belly fat, belly fat, belly fat, and how it's not about the weight, the scale, how much you weigh. It's about your waist, your belly fat. So I was telling Hector about it, and keto is so good for losing inches, specifically belly fat. And so I don't need to be on keto, but my hubs, no one would ever think he needed to lose any weight because he doesn't look like he does, but we want to take some inches off for health reasons.
Guess who won?
Him? Nice. Did you congratulate him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I clapped and
Good. Did you like it? Was that your first time ever playing dominoes? Nice. And you won on your first time. So, yeah, he's doing keto, and it's been really fun to just help him stay on board with the food. I have so much fun cooking all the right stuff for him and making sure it's all good. And then because I did keto in July with him, realized, hey, how many carbs I was eating. I was like, oh my goodness, I did not know we ate this many carbs. I was eating like bread and sometimes potatoes also for breakfast, bread and potatoes for lunch, crackers for snack, bread for snack, rice for dinner, mountains of rice and beans for dinner. And I was like, wow, we eat a lot of carbs. So now, yeah, I'm still eating carbs, but I'm keeping it under like 150 a day. And I'm not counting like meticulously. I find it easy to stay under that as long as I don't like just eat and eat and eat and eat. And I just feel better. I feel way better. So I'm enjoying that awareness, but I definitely still like 2 nights ago I had ice cream with Ivan, and you know, this morning I had 2 pieces of toast, not 1. So I'll probably go easy the rest of the day. So it's not like a crazy thing. It's not consuming. It's very like, okay, I don't have to think about this. Just go easy. And I still have sweets and stuff. Not all the time though. But anyway, I am working on a video that I'm filming, like 1 video every week. And then I'll compile it together and edit it and post it. I got off Juice Plus for several months, and oh my goodness, regrets. Can we just say regrets? And so I got back on it about 3 weeks ago, and I've been making a video every week to give an update on the things I see changing. And there's a lot. And it's really interesting how when things go away, it's not as evident as when they reappear, you know? Thank you for your encouragement as a wife and mom. Thank you. I'm glad. I am so thankful and humbled that you guys are encouraged by me. I truly am so passionate about being a wife, being a mother, and living that out in God's way. And so I am excited to share that passion with you guys and to just encourage one another in living out our roles in a God-honoring way. So thank you guys. But I'll be showing that video or posting that video within the next few weeks. I think I'm going to film 2 more videos. And wow, I'm just amazed. So I am officially taking Juice Plus full throttle for the next, you know. I found your videos 2 weeks ago and have replaced Netflix. That's cool. Yay! Well, good. Enjoy. And please sometimes I have these fears of like, oh my goodness, my old videos. Like, even I would go back and change some things that I've said in old videos just because I would say it different now, or may not feel exactly how I came across about it. And it's just like, whatever. You use it, Lord. It's not about me clarifying myself. Just you use it. Because I could be really critical about like my older videos, but it's all right. It really is all right. I'm glad you're encouraged and that God's still using them somehow for some people. So that's all. I am pumped about school ending, pumped about the summer, some spring goals we have. We have that book, The Dangerous Book for Boys. We're going to be building the go-kart that is in that book, and probably a tree house. I'm very hopeful that we will build a tree house. I'm thinking of doing a weekly golf camp. It's a 1 day a week camp with the boys this summer. And our swimming arrangements for the last many years has changed. So kind of sad about that. But I still think we'll have access to one friend's pool, which is a blessing because that's kind of like all we do all summer. It's like home, pool, home, pool. But I learned from last year that we can't just be like, whatever the day brings every day, because that lack of structure will eventually turn negative. The first week or two, it's pretty nice. It's like this long expected vacation, just chill, let whatever happens happen, no plan, just whatever. But then it got like, why are we fighting all the time? Why is there always arguing? You know, like we need some order. And I didn't catch it in time. And then once the school year started, I was like, wow, we needed order back in our life. And so this summer, we'll probably take it really easy the first 2 weeks or so. And then we will have some sort of rhythm and routine, which I feel like that's a burn, by the way. Boiling water jumped out of a pot and burned me. What on earth? And the water was like this low. And the pot was like 3 times higher. And it went bloop and jumped out and burned me. It looks really good right now, actually. It looked terrible before. Wow, all the way from India. Hello. So, yeah, I learned last summer. I feel like I always have structure for myself as an individual, but I kind of wanted it to just be like, enjoy yourself, be free, whatever, for the kids, and realize, no, we need to, thank you, Chastity. We need to have a little bit more structure. So I'll be more intentional to not just read, because that is easy for me. We'll just read all day, every day. But I want to have like really good work set aside for them, projects lined up for them, and just, you know, a rhythm to our day so that they don't get carried away with arguing all the time. So that's really all I could say right now. There's nothing big going on. Season is starting next week, so we'll be back at the farmer's market every Saturday, opened with our food truck and the coffee business. So really excited about that. The boys have been asking, when are we going back? When are we going back? They love going. We'll all go together every Saturday, and we're there like for hours, and we know lots of people, so they see friends all morning, and they're free to run around, and it's just really fun. So I'm excited for that. And my little man is turning 10 1 month from today, which is beyond surreal. I cannot even believe it. Like, what on earth? How? How do these children just grow up? It's so crazy. It is wonderful, and it is petrifying, and it is awful all at the same time. It's really, really crazy. I will leave you with, I watched this documentary that was on Netflix by Kirk Cameron called Connect. How do I avoid checking my phone constantly when my little kid's at home? Do you have any tips? I feel reading something on my phone keeps me sane, but I also feel addicted. I'm a very extreme person, so I would just say I'm not touching my phone at all, and just put it down and find your sanity in chatting with your kids. I don't know how little your kids are, but you can interact constantly with little children, and you're doing them an incredible service. Their little neurons are connecting in their brains constantly. I feel like God designed women to talk as much as we do, about 10,000 more words than men do a day. I'm considering homeschooling my 9 and 6-year-old. Do you think it's too late to start? I'll get to that in just a minute. But like we speak 10,000 words more per day than men. And wow, Selena, what a nice comment. Thanks for joining us. So if you use that design for the benefit of your children, I mean, it just matches perfectly. Like God designed women that way, knowing that they would be with their littles. And so we are helping them learn to talk. And what? And sorry, I'm being distracted by confusing comments. Yes, just it's a disservice to your child to not talk to them. It's a disservice to your child to not interact with them, because you are teaching them language, articulation, expression, everything, and you're helping their mind develop when you talk to them. So I'm fearful for this generation of parents addicted to technology. It's like they're not going to know how to talk to people. The teens already don't know how to be on the phone without feeling weird and awkward. Our littles are not going to know how to interact with humans because they don't, It's really sad. So I would take extreme measures to get out of bad habits. And then once you feel like you are no longer in that bad habit, you can gradually maybe make some good practical boundaries for yourself. Like I check my phone, after I read my Bible and pray in the morning. I'll give myself 15 minutes to check emails, messages, maybe read a blog you enjoy, and then put the thing down and set an alarm for whatever time would be practical. Give yourself another 15 minutes and then put the thing down and then come back and check it again. Maybe 3 or 4 times a day you allow yourself. But I would encourage you too that even at night to not have that thing out when you're in bed with your husband. Get that thing out of your bed because it interferes with your marriage too. It's not just parenting. I'm scared for marriages. The technology is interfering with parenting, with friendships, with mother-father, children and parents, with husbands and wives. It is terrorizing our world, and we need to be responsible with it so that we don't allow it to affect us in such negative, harmful, long-term harmful ways, So I would just set really strict boundaries on yourself. I usually look at my phone after I'm up, had coffee, talked to my husband, read my Bible, spend time with the Lord. I'll check it, and then I just leave it there. And then I do listen to either John Piper, John MacArthur, Ben Shapiro. I like Louder with Crowder, stuff like that. I'll watch and listen to things while I'm like brushing my teeth and putting my makeup on. Sometimes I just want quiet, and then I'll turn it off. But that's when I listen to it, when I'm getting ready for the day, and then I put it down and I don't touch it. And then I'll answer that too in a moment. And I love Ben Shapiro. I love his mentality, his logic. I don't always like his approach. He can be a little unloving, but maybe I'm being too sensitive. But I do like his logic and his mentality and thoughts on things. So I didn't sleep as much as I usually do last night. What on earth was I saying? Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. So then I look at my phone again, maybe once or twice throughout the day. If I am, if the kids are playing and I'm vacuuming or I'm washing dishes, I'll put my headset in and I'll listen to something. And then sometimes I'll have sermons playing in the kitchen while I'm in the kitchen. So all that to say that I have a very intentional approach to technology use. And if I feel like it's been in my face too much, I'll just put it away and not touch it for the whole day. It's almost like a rebellious thing. Like that thing is not going to control me. I'm putting it in the corner and not letting it affect me the rest of the day. Like I had some competition with myself. Like, let's see how long I can avoid you, So yada. And then I don't let it interfere with my evening time with my husband because I don't want to be the couple that we're like this in the bed. What is that? I want to talk to my husband and be with him, not have a phone in my face. Moving on. I don't think it's ever too late to homeschool your children. If you have a 6 and 9-year-old, no, of course not. They are still at that age where knowledge is captivating and you can still win their hearts and keep their hearts in loving and enjoying being at home learning versus getting up every morning, being gone all day, all that. I think, if you and your husband want to do it, you should. It's your children. God has put them under your care for these few short years. They are your responsibility. And you need to do what you see fit for them. Whatever you say as parents goes. And you only have a short window, a small window to develop them and raise them. So I say go for it. How can you encourage your husband in a respectful... Hold on. Where'd it go? How to encourage my husband spiritually in a respectful and submissive way? Lovingly. I don't think there's anything disrespectful of encouraging him spiritually. Send him scripture. encourage him in truth with a cheerful and glad disposition. Just saying, you know, I love you. The Lord loves you. Look how blessed we are. He's provided everything we need, and we are rich in him. And I'm so thankful, you know, for his design in marriage. I'm so thankful that we have these children, you know, that he's blessed us with. I mean, you can, anything. There's nothing disrespectful. What about when he's struggling with doubt? Oh, if he gets defensive about it, I would pray for him fervently. Live out your faith. Like 1 Peter 3:1 tells wives, live out your faith. Respect him, honor him, love him, serve him with delight. Show him Christ-likeness every day, and pray that the Lord will use your conduct to soften his heart. And pray for him, and maybe send him scripture, encouraging scripture from time to time. The Lord is the one that's going to do the work, not you. So you just be faithful to pray and to live out your role according to your calling. And there was one question. Oh, the head covering. How do I feel about head coverings? Monday marriage videos. I know. I just feel like empty on what else to say about marriage. I feel like I don't know. Maybe if there was some specific questions, I could speak to those. But you know how when you become a believer, you understand sin enough to repent and follow Christ. But the longer you walk with Christ, the deeper understanding you get of how horrendous your sin is. And then you can't believe how sinful you are, and then you understand even more how sinful you are, and even more, and there's so... Hey guys, so my phone died. So I'm like plugged in like a corner in my bedroom, like on the dog bed, literally. So I was going to answer the head covering question. So I have one acquaintance in person, or one person at our church, I should say. One person at our church that wears a head covering. And there used to be another several years ago. I would say about 10 years ago. And they eventually left the church. I think that I agree that head covering is not for today. Thank you, Bridget. However, if somebody feels convicted that they want to, based on, you know, between them and the Lord, like anything, like if you feel convicted about anything that you do because you feel like the Lord is calling you to do that, as long as you don't hold others to it and say it's scriptural mandate when it's not, or judge others when they're not, then that's fine. The problem is when you feel like it's gospel. When you feel like there's law that isn't law, that's where you're running into a dangerous place, I think. For example, the couple that I know that did wear a head covering to church like 10, 11 years ago, that was just the first step. Then it became something else outward, then something else outward, then something else outward. And it just increased, the legalism got more and more and more, to the point where they had to leave the church because they were so like-minded, they just didn't want to be there anymore. So not like-minded, unlike-minded, that they don't want to be there anymore. And starting to judge others and starting to feel, hey, like they were superior or whatever, you know? And so that's the danger of outward stuff, because you are missing the power of the gospel. You're missing it. The complete work of Christ is not understood when there's a bunch of added stuff. Well, Terry, that question will be discussed in private. If you have a church family, I highly recommend you seek out the counsel of an older woman and talk about that with her that is definitely, there's great books and great blogs and great resources out there for Christian women. And I would first and foremost encourage you to have a very biblical, no, I'm married, Ohas Dev. I'm married for 15 years. I am not a virgin. I have 2 children. I would highly recommend that you would renew your mind over and over and over with a scriptural view of biblical sex and go from there. So yeah, head covering stuff. I would read Song of Solomon, and talk to older women at your church, most definitely. So yeah, head covering, I feel there's no scriptural mandate for it for today. And that's just my, personal conviction. I feel like in 1 Corinthians, Paul was addressing something that had to do with that day, that time, and does not apply to us today. That's the short answer. So I feel like I answered everything. I'm sorry my connection fell through there. But, oh, someone had asked if Lee and I were still close friends. I love Lee. She is my friend, and I've known her for a few years now. We've done Juice Plus together for several years, and we are chatting slowly because all of us are so busy. Me with the kids and homeschooling, her with her ministry and her YouTube channel. It's hard to, always be able to answer each other right away. So we talk on this walkie-talkie app called Voxer, and we'll just chat back and forth. Right now, we've been trying to go through the book of Galatians together, and just asking and chatting about specific questions I have. And that's where we're at right now. It's just fun to dissect the scriptures together and to understand one another, and that. Any book recommendations would be nice. Intended for Pleasure by Something Wheat is a really good book. The last name is W-H-E-A-T. That is a great book about intimacy in a Christian marriage, and I would definitely read that. So yeah, check it out. I guess I should go. It's been a long time, almost 30 minutes, and I'm gonna bathe my dogs, and just happy to have gotten to chat with you guys for a little while. Sorry I haven't posted in a little bit, but I will do live videos when I can, and I will post soon, I hope. Have an awesome weekend, and God bless you all.